Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really fundamental for nonprofits and research groups.
Yeah, we're talking grants, compliance, and monitoring and evaluation.
M&E.
Right, exactly, M&E. Our mission really is to unpack how organizations make sure that grant money, goes where it's intended.
It's honestly the backbone of managing funding successfully.
It really is.
And compliance, it's so much more than just some admin checklist. It's really strategic. It's about the organization's integrity.
Right, not just ticking boxes.
Definitely not. Because if you mess this up, if compliance fails, well, the impact isn't just on your budget.
It sounds like it goes much deeper.
Yeah.
So what happens then? What does failure actually look like?
Oh, it can be a total catastrophe. Think like a cascading chain of consequences, really damaging.
Okay, wow. But before we get to the disaster scenario, let's set the stage. What are the core rules? The guardrails.
Sure. You've basically got four key things.
Hmm.
Sticking to the regulations, obviously.
Yeah. Meeting your deadline sounds simple, but crucial. Keeping accurate records. That's a big one. Record keeping.
And finally, making sure the funds are used correctly for the right things.
Okay, 4 pillars. So where does it get, as you said, really interesting?
It gets interesting because they're all linked, you see. A failure in one, let's say, poor record keeping
Yeah.
that can directly lead to adverse audit finding.
And those aren't just like minor notes from the auditor.
Oh, no, not at all. These are serious red flags. They can trigger immediate demands to pay back the funds, claw back.
Ouch. Pay back the money.
Yep. And then there's the reputational damage. It can be catastrophic.
So bad records mean losing funds, maybe legal trouble too. Fines. Penalties.
Absolutely. Legal issue, fines, penalties. It all stacks up. And then trying to get another grant. Almost impossible.
Right. The damage isn't isolated, is it? It really threatens the whole organization.
Exactly. Its very existence can be on the line.
That kind of seriousness, that rigor, it must be reflected in some of the big global frameworks, right? For sure. You look at the U.S., for example. The big one is the Uniform Guidance. 2 CFR Part 200.
Okay, uniform guidance. That's the blueprint for federal funding recipients.
Pretty much, yeah. If you want access to those major U.S. federal funds, you have to play by these rules. It's comprehensive.
And is there anything particularly noteworthy in there?
Well, yeah, there's a fascinating bit. The Mandatory Disclosure Clause. That's 2 CFR 200.113.
Mandatory disclosure. What does that mean?
It means organizations have to provide timely written disclosure of any violations of federal criminal law. Things like fraud, bribery, things that could affect the grant.
Wait, so you have to report yourself?
Basically, yes. If you discover certain criminal violations internally, you're legally obligated to tell the federal agency.
Wow, that really underlines the demand for transparency, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Okay, so that's the U.S. What about elsewhere? I know there's movement in Africa, too.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing the rise of the Good Financial Grant Practice Standard, GFGP, or ARS 1651 technically.
GFGP, a Pan-African standard.
That's right. Its goal is to provide independent verification that grantees meet a certain level of financial accountability. It's internationally respected.
How does that work in practice?
It uses a tiered structure: bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Organizations can get certified at different levels. It sort of proves their grants management capability.
Okay, so different levels of assurance.
Exactly. And it makes you think that, is just passing an audit, enough? Audits are important, obviously, but they're periodic. They look backwards. They're reactive.
Ah, okay. So that brings us back to M&E, monitoring and evaluation. How is that different from an audit, then?
It's fundamentally different in its timing and purpose. M&E is continuous. It's proactive. It's about risk management as you go.
Right, not just checking after the fact.
Precisely. Let's say you're monitoring a key performance indicator, a KPI, like program participation rates.
Okay.
And your M&E system shows that in Q1, your rates are, say, 20% below the target you set in the grant.
Right, that's not good.
Not good at all. But M&E catches it now. It triggers an immediate discussion. Maybe you need to recalibrate your strategy, figure out what's going wrong.
So you adapt immediately.
Yes. You adapt now instead of waiting maybe a year for an end-of-project audit to find out the program just fundamentally didn't meet its objectives. By then, it's too late.
That makes sense. That adaptability sounds crucial.
Yeah.
But tracking all that data, dozens of KPIs, complex budgets, it seems like doing it manually would be a nightmare.
Oh, it is. When you're trying to adapt quickly based on M&E data manual tracking like spreadsheets, it it breaks down, errors creep in, it's slow.
So technology has to be part of the answer here.
Absolutely. That's where grant management software GMS really comes into its own.
GMS.
These are end-to-end systems. They give you real-time insights. Think one-click dashboard showing budget tracking right alongside your indicator achievement.
So it connects the spending directly to the results in real time.
Exactly. It helps take the chaos out of compliance and performance tracking, makes everything much more visible.
Okay, that sounds powerful. And speaking of managing things proactively, what about common risks? Like, what if the goals weren't clear in the first place?
Yeah, that's a classic risk. Lack of clear goals. The key mitigation strategy there is baked into the planning stage. You need SMART goals.
SMART goals, right?
Wow.
Specific, measurable.
Achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Exactly. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound.
Why is that so critical for compliance specifically?
Because if a goal isn't SMART, especially the measurable part, how can an auditor possibly verify if you achieved it?
Ah, I see. So unclear goals lead to performance failure, which then becomes a compliance failure during the audit.
You got it. It all ties back together.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener, managing grants or working in this space?
Well, I think the big picture is that the whole landscape globally is moving towards these more harmonized, auditable standards, whether it's U.S. federal money, Pan-African funding, or elsewhere.
The bar is getting higher.
Definitely. And the central point, really, is that M&E isn't just some optional overhead. It's not just nice to have.
It's essential.
It's absolutely indispensable. It's the proactive engine that drives compliance and ensures your project actually works. It makes risks visible before they blow up into disasters.
So looking ahead, the future of funding probably won't just be about accounting for the money spent.
I think that's right. It's moving beyond just expenditure reports. Funders increasingly want a clear story about results, a demonstration of positive change.
So you should expect, what, more focus on impact.
Exactly. Expect that the next generation of grants will demand detailed, impact-focused M&E. You won't just need to show what you spent, but really demonstrate what you changed. That's the future.